This is a big fight.
And when you look at his recent record, past 3 fights have been all top guys. Aldo, a lot of people thought that he came up short in that fight. Sandhagen, he obviously lost. And then Cejudo, he gave Cejudo a tremendous fight in that world title match, didn't he? So in terms of what you've seen in those fights, I'm guessing you're seeing a lot of things where you can exploit the weaknesses he's already shown and the strengths that he's shown as well.
Yeah, I mean, Sandhagen showed some, what to do with, with the longer reach. He uses reach well. He kept them at bay. He didn't stand right in front of them. In the Henry Cejudo fight, he kind of got in his face, got a little more grimy, more in the clinch knees and elbows. I'm hitting the body a lot. So there's definitely ways to, beat this guy. But, I'm expecting him to kind of clean all those holes up. He's coming off of 2 losses. I know when I came off a loss, I was hungry and I changed a whole lot about how I even approached the game. So I'm expecting him to come in there and be, Marlon Moraes 3.0, So I do have a game plan, and if we see the same tendencies he was giving in his last couple of fights, obviously we'll take advantage of it. But I'm not hoping and expecting and betting on him to be that fighter. I'm expecting him to kind of basically get his shit together and come real correct, and that's the fight I'm looking for, and that's the guy I'm preparing for.
You're both very quick starters. There isn't much feeling out processes in either of your fighting styles. I'm predicting another fight of the night on this stacked card. Is that what you're envisaging? Just a crazy stand-up war?
That's I want to say yes and no. I want to get in there and make it look easy and put him away. Goal 1, right? And then again, if that doesn't happen, then hey, I'm excited. He's excited. We might have to turn it into that bomb runner and chase those checks. So I definitely feel like it could potentially be there. I want to get in there and be the more precise and accurate striker. But if it turns into that, it definitely, I'm also down for that too.
I mean, this fight night card is as good as any pay-per-view card that you will see this year. Does it feel like it is a big pay-per-view card, even though it has got that fight night card name on it?
Yeah, definitely, man. This stat card, they have, it's ridiculous. I'm excited just to get in there and watch the fights as they go along. So yeah, man, this is definitely a pay-per-view card. It's fortunate that it's for free, so that all that means is there's gonna be more eyes that get to, watch all this greatness that night.
And then when we look at the developments in the bantamweight division recently, obviously the Jan Aljamain Sterling fight isn't happening for the foreseeable future. It isn't happening this year like the fans thought it was going to happen. And then we have Marlon Vera versus Jose Aldo as well. Just in terms of where this fight with a win leaves you in the division, you've got to be looking to be bumping into that, definitely top 5, but Marlon is top 3 in the division. So you're going to be looking maybe with a fight with Sandhagen or something like that, hopefully. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I'm not looking past Marlon Moraes. It's a tough fight, but I get through him, and I get through him with the finish. I'm expecting a big name, a big, coming back. So there's a whole bunch of guys out there that I would like to get in there. If not, you never know with the UFC. Injuries happen, things happen. I might not even be able to get a title shot if the circumstances are right. So my goal is going there and we obviously win this fight and then see what happens next.
I mean, this is a really good time. I can see, I'm going to mention, it's a really good time for the cartel. You're repping the cartel gear. New England cartel.
See it, baby.
Calvin's got that massive fight as well with Max Holloway.
Yeah,
so how much of a buzz is there in camp right now?
He's no.
He's over there.
Right now. Yeah, he's right there.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah. This is we actually got the UFC film crew doing a little work on him. Yeah.
So have you been involved?
We got him working.
Well?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy,
Yeah.
Just doing my part, helping as much as possible. But he's ready. He's sharp. This is just 2 big fights for the cartel. And yeah, man, we're prepping and ready.
how do you see that one going, man? That is a crazy fight, isn't it? And like Calvin's been chomping at the bit for a long time, and I think it's coming at the perfect time, isn't it? This fight.
Yeah, man. Great opportunity, great timing. He's been busy. He hasn't he hasn't skipped a beat. Each fight he gets better. From the Danny Gay fight, he took a week off. He got right back to the gym, and he's only getting better. His striking, as far as his mixing it up, as far as knees, elbows, kicks, is always improving. His wrestling is ridiculous. His jiu-jitsu, all that's just slowly improving, and he's just keeping his head down and staying focused, and then just just waiting to be told when to go. He's gonna go out there and he's gonna do his thing.
I've seen that you've been doing some work with Irish Micky Ward this summer. How did that relationship come about? Because he's an all-time legend of the boxing game, isn't he? In your area of the world as well, specifically.
I met him in 2016 before my Joey Gomez fight. Fought at the Boston Garden. I met him, and we trained maybe 2 weeks before, but not like maybe like 2 or 3 sessions. It wasn't consistent, and we always talked about doing it again. And I would see him here and there, throughout the gyms, or even just at the mall or whatever. We would always talk. We always stay friendly, and then I started teaching in Lowell. And he's from that town. He's 10 minutes away, so it was a no-brainer. Like, now I'm always in Lowell. There'd be no reason for me not to train him. So I just hit him up. We figured something out. We got on the schedule. He's been cranking. I'm actually going there tonight. And we've just been cranking it out. He's a big, huge, a lot of knowledge from that guy. As far as the fight game, just toughness. As far as the business, all that stuff. I learned a lot from him. And yeah, man, it's been great. I've been picking up a lot of little details just on subtle things, like when to feint, when not to feint, when to jab, when not to jab. There's a lot that goes into it. Sometimes he always said, sometimes the best punch is the punch you don't throw. And it was just like that the way he said it just kind of like made sense. Like, wow, what I'm saying, little tips like that are just of greatness. Like, just by talking to him, And he said that on the car ride, and I'm like, damn, that just changed my whole life by him. The best time, sometimes the best punch is the punch you don't throw. And I was like, that's awesome, So, yeah, I'm learning a lot from him, I'm excited to showcase, what I've been picking up and getting out there and putting on a show for the fans. And if I can sprinkle a little bit of that Micky Ward in there, hit that body as much as possible, then I definitely will.
Yeah, I'm guessing like those sorts of conversations, like you said, just add even more fuel to the fire. When you look at his career, those legendary fights, that trilogy with Gatti, all-time best in boxing, really, isn't it? When you have someone like that in your ear. And when we were speaking last time as well, we were speaking about the fact that you and Calvin have implemented that stand-up boxing style to perfection in the UFC that's not been seen before. So to have someone like that there as well.
Like I said, we're in a boxing gym as I speak. We actually get in here. We spar the boxers. The high level boxers. And the thing about Boston is a lot of boxers out here that are up and coming. So we have an endless rotation of good quality Golden Gloves, amateur, even pro fighters. That we can work with and network with, and obviously we'll never end up fighting these guys. So it's perfect. And then. Boston is just known for fighters, and it's just like the boxing out here, the history is ridiculous. So any chance I get to network or be in a boxing gym, I will. And I really feel like if I can punch you as many times as I want, it's gonna be easier to take you down. If I can punch you at will and with fluid combination, not just big one shots, like with fluid combination, it's gonna be easier for me to land a takedown or a leg kick or an elbow or a knee. So if I can be super fluid with my footwork, my hands, my head moving, and my face before I even touch you, and you get a lot of that from boxing. And everything else, my Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling is going to just get a little better. So we definitely emphasize a lot in boxing. And we like I said, we're in a boxing gym right now as we speak.
And I know obviously you mentioned Calvin's over there. He's just been pretty ecstatic about the fact that he's been added to the UFC 4 video game. We need you in it now, man. Have you got a message to EA right now? We need you in that game.
I guess, man. I don't know what I got to do. I guess I got to win this next fight to jump in there. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how they pick it. I don't know who's in charge of it. I guess I gotta try a little harder, I guess, and figure out that and talk to the people I gotta talk to. But definitely need to jump in there, man. I can't wait to beat up Calvin in that damn game, man.
They're adding fighters every month, man. So you will be in it 100%. And for you personally, is this the best way possible that you can end this year now with a huge fight like this, setting up for a big 2021 where hopefully you're going to have a full calendar year where you're fit and there could be 3 to 4 fights there? The best
That's
way.
the plan, man. Yeah, that's the plan. To come out here, go out there, and do what I got to do, win this fight, and come back and get at least 2 or 3 more in for sure. But I'm not gonna. You never know how this shit plays out. So I'm just gonna take it day by day, fight by fight, and then just enjoy it as much as possible.
For sure, man. For sure. And obviously, being in the UFC, you're no stranger to things like this. Like you got in your gym now with the media there, the UFC TV studio there with you. How much do you embrace that spotlight being increased now with the magnitude of your fights getting bigger and bigger? Do you enjoy that?
Hell yeah, man. I remember a point where nobody wanted to talk to me. I believe that, getting an interview is a privilege, not like a duty or a part of the job. It's a privilege, man. It's going to be a point where I'm old and watch that nobody wants to talk to me and be wishing and missing, doing the interviews and getting attention and having people asking me how do I feel or wanting my opinion, So like I said, I remember when I was, when there was nobody even looking at me to do an interview or I would post something and nobody would like it or share it,
Yeah.
Now people are really getting behind this. So I definitely, like I said, I embrace it. I try to have as much as fun as possible with it. It can be long, but it's easy, it's just it's a longer day, but it's not like hard work, and we're doing it, to promote what we want to end up doing anyway. I mean, be doing anyways as fighting. So it's part of the job, but I don't really consider it a job. And again, I really do believe it's a privilege. So I'm having fun with it. Like I said, we just got done with that and we came straight on to doing an interview with you because, like I said, it's gonna be a point where
Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I'm saying like it's gonna be a point where there's not too many people that want to talk to me and ask my opinion or really or like I said, like you see how once you retire or you're not winning, you're not getting these interviews. So it means if I'm getting these interviews, that means I'm doing something right. And so I just want to keep doing whatever I'm doing right and just keep the ball rolling.
100%, man, 100%. And just in terms of the big names in your division, obviously Cody Garbrandt was meant to drop down to flyweight, wasn't he, to fight Figueiredo? Yep. That didn't happen. And last time we were speaking, we was talking about Sean O'Malley as well, who came up short against Vera. They're 2 big names. In terms of where they stand in the division at the moment, are they names that would interest you if you were winning this fight as well, just in terms of their stature?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as far as like Shane O'Malley, probably not as much as Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt, ex-champ, he's right there. He has that big name. He fucking looked amazing and destroyed Rafael Thompson in his last fight. So, so definitely, obviously first choice would definitely be, Cody Garbrandt. Obviously Sugar has that huge buzz and that name. So, I can get a lot of likes and a lot of like following from fighting him, but I gain nothing really from fighting a guy like that, especially coming off a loss. And I'm not sure what his ranking is. So it's kind of like I said, he has the name, like the popularity and the social media and all that. But you know what I'm saying? Like that'd be just risky, and I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but that'd just be risky and one of those kind of like for what type fights, and there's no way of moving up, it'd be like, just win another fight. Maybe it should be a paycheck, and some extra, Instagram followers. So it wouldn't really. I guess I wouldn't be that excited to fight him. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I just wouldn't be like, oh yeah, great opportunity. I'm Marlon Moraes and Cody Garbrandt. That's a whole different ball game.
Yeah. And when we mentioned that Garbrandt was going to drop down to flyweight, is that too much of a push for you potentially down the line? Because dual belts has always been the craze now since 2016, hasn't it? Would you do that? Would you do the Figueiredo fight? No.
Hell no.
Too much.
I wouldn't even think about making 25. That's
you
crazy.
Go up.
I'll go up before I go to 25. Yeah, hell no. I'm cool. I actually fought first on the local scene. I was fighting at 45. So, yeah, there's no way I would even think about making 25. That's crazy.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, man. I mean, I do think he could do it though. I do. Cody Garbrandt can do it, but I'm not gonna try. You know what I'm saying? Like that's tough, man.
Do you ever see yourself going to 45 in the UFC?
I could see it. You know, since I'm training all the time with the future champ Calvin Kattar, so I know what it feels like with a top 40 featherweight. I fought at featherweight coming up on the local scene. I only got to 35 on my debut, so I wasn't like I was ever with the 35 the whole time. I was always fighting at 45, even 55. So yeah, I can see me going up, but definitely not going down. Fuck that, man. That's too much.
Would you guys ever have a boxing match? Because everyone's doing the transition either way, from boxing to MMA or MMA to boxing. It would just make sense for you and Calvin to try that out at some point, surely.
I mean, I definitely would. Definitely, I'm trying to get at least 1 or 2 professional matches in before I completely hang it up. I would not be afraid of that. I would not be against that, especially like a local show here in Boston or something like that. That'd be fun, man. I'm always at the local shows. I'm always helping in the boxers here and everybody around. So we actually talked about it a couple times, and it definitely. I know for a fact that Calvin and I would definitely. Well, we will eventually take a boxing match.
Yeah, that would be class. I'd love to see it, man. I think that just about covers everything. I really appreciate your time, Rob. And it's going to be a killer fight, a killer card. I can't wait.
My man, appreciate that, man. Again, just anytime you want to call, talk, chat, hit me up. I'm your guy.